I'm Mike Page. Tonight we begin a new club of prestige. A club where only the finest of society are admitted. A club known as the Quarantine Doodle Club. And you are invited. So won't you please join me in tonight's entry of the Quarantine Doodle Club.
Hi, welcome to the Quarantine Doodle Club. I'm Mike Page. Today we're going to draw some helicopters to get going with Transportation Week. So grab your drawing supplies, don't be afraid to make some mistakes, and let's get right to it. Okay, so we're doing Transportation Week here, so we're going to make a helicopter. And I'm going to start by making a letter C that's been kind of smushed. Then I'm going to continue across and back up. This is going to be kind of a news helicopter style helicopter. I'll show you in just a minute how to make it a little bit different for other styles of helicopters. Next I'm going to come up here and head back, and basically I'm trying to make, what's that shape, a parallelogram, I think? This is the overall shape that you're going to make. It's kind of a diamond flipped sideways. So these two lines are pretty parallel. These two lines are pretty parallel. So that's the overall shape I'm going for. So we've got that. That will be the main body of the helicopter. I guess that would be the fuselage. And then we'll put in the windshield up front here. That's going to take up most of that space. And again, this line will be pretty parallel to that line. Then we can put another window right here. This one will just be like a rectangle. All right, next I'm going to make a long straight line coming back. And another long straight line coming back. And I might add like a small line right there. Next, I'm going to kind of make a hockey stick at the end here. Like that. And then underneath that, I'm going to add another blade of the hockey stick. Alright, next I'm going to make the legs sticking off the side. So we're going to make two parentheses, they're smushed letter C's. Maybe make them a little bit longer than that. And then I'm going to connect those with a straight line. If you want to make it curve up at the end, you can. I'm just going to make it straight like that, but you can absolutely round up the end if you want. And then it's going to need another leg to land on. That one is going to be back like this. And you'll notice that this one is kind of a little bit further ahead because of the angle that the helicopter is at. And if you want, you can even kind of shade this one in. Make it look like it's a little bit further back. Then we're going to make the rotor up top. So I'm going to make a raised section here. If you saw the lesson on submarines that I did on Medfield TV, this is pretty similar. You're just going to create another raised up section here. Then right near the middle of the overall fuselage, I'm going to put the middle of the propeller, the rotor. Then another sideways C to make the oval there. And then the rotors, we're going to make the rotor spinning. Kind of came at the wrong angle there on that first line, but try to fix it by making it darker elsewhere. So we'll go like that. And then if you want to make it spinning, you can kind of figure out where that path is that it's spinning, and sort of scribble in a little tornado shape to show where it's spinning. And I mentioned this was like a news helicopter, so we'll put a number on the side. I'm going to make this number 5. Charlie is very concerned about something going on outside. So is Winston. So I mentioned that this was a news-style helicopter. Sorry. If you wanted to make it more military, everything's going to be pretty much the same. I'm just going to do this really quickly. Everything's going to be pretty much the same, except you might kind of bulk everything up. So instead of this nice smooth shape, a military helicopter is probably going to be a little more bulked up. Unless you're making an Apache helicopter. If you're making an Apache helicopter, those are still fairly angular. But so a military helicopter is probably just going to be bulked up a bit more. Maybe a bit more bulk at the rudder here. The rotor, I mean. It's okay, Winston. And coming back, this is probably going to be substantially wider here, and then tapering off like that. My apologies, guys. But dogs come first, right? So I'm just adding, I realized I didn't make a tail rotor there. So we're adding this. Again, these are just sort of like tornado shapes. You're just going like that and like that towards the center point. Ideally, these would meet up in the middle there. You can test out different shapes, kind of bulk it up if you wanted a more military helicopter. News helicopters, again, are going to be a little bit more tapered. But give it a shot. Try out different things, see what you like. Also, military helicopters can sometimes have small wings on the side. And those would have all kinds of stuff geared here. So you can add whatever you'd like to yours. Make it as crazy as you want. When you're all done, if you want to share them on Facebook, I love seeing how everybody's drawings come out. Everybody gets the same set of directions in the exact same video, but everybody's come out a little bit differently, and I love seeing people's personalities come through in what they created. I suppose it's possible that some of my personality comes through in my drawings, I don't know. Never really thought about that, but I always see, like when I'm drawing at map, I always see the kids' personalities and what they make. Here are the finished helicopters that we made. I hope you enjoyed following along. Don't forget to tune in the rest of this week for more transportation vehicles. We'll be covering some expected ones and maybe some not so expected modes of transportation. So don't forget to tune in the rest of this week. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.